Good morning. We're ready. Good morning. I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. Friday! Yay! The weekend. Hey, Christine. I got a new deck. My $300 deck arrived. The Love Pack by Chuck Spezzano. They are brilliant cards. They're well worth it. They're out of print. That's why they're so expensive. They're out of print. They're no longer made anymore, so you can only get them secondhand now. And so the price is, but what an excellent deck. And I opened it, I used it last night for myself about the situation, about where he's at with the situation, where I'm at with the situation. It's spot on. I'm absolutely loving it. So there they are. I'll be using those today. That's exciting. Well worth it. I'm so glad I got them. So I'm going to be doing some channeling for the collective as usual, but I'm also going to be giving mini reads as well. So if you're interested in a mini read, then all you need to do is check out that pinned comment, the comment that's pinned up top of the live chat. Tells you it's by donation. There's a PayPal link in there. That's my preferred method, but you can also use Super Chat or Super Sticker. Hey Connie, hey Maria. Super Chat or Super Sticker in YouTube if that's easier for you. And if you've got a question for your higher self, then put a capital Q at the start of your comment. Just so I can find it easier amongst the chat, because I don't get to read all of the chat these days when I'm busy channeling. And what else? All right, you can just leave it up into your higher self to give you some guidance if you want. I got a lot of parcels arrived. Well, they might have arrived earlier, in fact, but they were all down, probably with all the rains and everything. They're all down at reception near the beach for this resort. And I went there after training yesterday morning, and there was just so many. I had to push my bike with one hand home because I had parcels under the other arm. It was difficult. Thanks, Connie. Another new one. I've got the red version of this, which I like, so I got this grey one. Hey, Kate. Hey, Cheryl. And amongst them was a parcel from Colourpop. So I've got a Colourpop lip liner on, and I've got new eyeshadow on from a Colourpop palette, Going Coconuts, which is cool. I got some Sephora stuff through. I haven't tried that out yet. What else did I get? The cards. Chuck Spezzano. The Love Pack, which I'm loving. There isn't the book inside it. There were just the cards rattling around in there. But that's all right. You know, it's all right. Thanks, Maria. I was on cards out for the collective first. I haven't had coffee yet. I held it before. I didn't drink any. Oh, Maria, my cup matches your comment. Let's get some cards out. Got my flowers. These flowers are going a little bit. Oh, I had such a busy day yesterday. So I trained, and we trained for ages yesterday. I don't know why. I don't know why we were there so long. But by the time I got home, it was already 11. I went there at 8 o'clock in the morning, but it was already 11. No, it was past 11. I messaged my massage person because my legs were hurting, saying, can I have a massage at 12:30? Because I needed to eat first. I've not eaten yet. 12:30. And she said, yeah. And so I went a little bit early. I was ready like 10 minutes early. So I went to the glasses shop first, and they said, they're not here yet. They're going to come tomorrow, which is today. And then I whipped off to my massage. Had the massage, which was 2 hours. But she went a little over. And then I had to go to hospital to get my blood pressure checked. And the appointments are between 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. Well, by that time, it was like 2:45. And I'm like, oh, no. So I dashed as fast as I could, which isn't ideal when you're going to go and get your blood pressure taken, on my bike to... Verona's just walking out there. She wanted to get out and see him. On my bike, as fast as I could to the hospital. Went in. I'm here for my blood pressure. And I put myself on my machine, but it was high, of course, because I just like dashed there. It was 137. And so the nurse was putting things in at the front desk, as they usually do. putting all the details. Here for your eyes. No, I'm not here for my eyes this time. I'm here for my blood pressure again. And then the doctor walked past and he said, "Oh, Claire, what are you doing here?" He said, "Are you here for your blood pressure?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "How's your eyes?" I said, "Well, my glasses are arriving tomorrow. It'll be okay once I've got my glasses." So what's your blood pressure? This is just to the front desk. 137, but I've just ridden here on my bike. So I got up and I put myself on the blood pressure monitor again and did it again. So I'd see then now 120 something, 124 or something. That was just like 5 minutes later. And he said, "It's all right." He said, "You're not taking any medication." "No, I'm not taking any medication." It's like, "Well, it's okay. Just keep on coming back every month. Keep on putting yourself on the blood pressure monitor and we'll keep a check on you and all good." And so I didn't even go into his office. It was casual. I thought it was pretty funny. You had the blue version of the deck, did you? Had? What did you do with that? It's very good. Wow, it's very good. So if anyone wants like love, if you want me to pick one of those love cards out, let me know when you're doing your mini read as well, because I'll do that. Because they're like, I mean, there's so many cards and they're very specific too, and they are not all positive. In fact, I would say the majority, it maybe is half and half. They're very specific though. I love it. We've got hope out for the collective today. Hoping for better days, hoping for things to change. So by the time I got home from the hospital, because then I needed to eat. I'd not eaten anything since just after training. Then I needed to eat after the hospital, so I went, sat down in a restaurant nearby, which does the best lamb talk. So I had that. And then I was riding home with a little bit of shopping, and it was already 4 o'clock. I'm like, I can't go training now. It's just a rush. I didn't want to anyway after the massage because she fixed my legs. Anyway, so I went in the pool and stuff. Calm down. Hey, Jamie. Thanks, Christine. I like it. I did try some of the new Sephora stuff out. I've got a powder on, which is a very, very powdery. That Laura Mercier stuff. It's going to be the best. And it is really good. But I feel really made up. Like that. It made a big difference when I put that on. Because I was looking a bit crappy this morning. My under eye, see, it's alright because I've got makeup on now. Those two. I love the Japanese anime cards. The Kitsune. Foxfire Kitsune. You want a love card, Maria? Curiosity Kill the Cat. Remember that band? And Tending the Garden. So we've got hope, curiosity, and tending the garden. It's like just keep going, tending the garden, keep working, keep doing your stuff, keep tending the garden, be curious and hopeful about the future, is what I'm thinking. It's going to be another one of those days, isn't it, where we get the why you're having to wait messages. Love card for you, Maria. I'll get your general guidance out. Try self-guidance for the weekend. You got doubt, girl. You got doubt and it came out very fast there. How beautiful are the cards? They're just beautiful. So the problem with you, Maria, is you're doubting your love life. And that could be reaching too low. Where's my cards here? I'm literally surrounded by cards and I'm saying, where's my cards? What's that doubt about? Reaching too low is what I was getting. Doubting what you can get, so reaching too low. Anyway, there's more healing to do, Maria. To be at peace with yourself, go within. You asked about the weekend, right? To be at peace with yourself is like loving yourself on a whole new level. You're not really loving yourself yet. But you're on the path. You're on the path to that, so that's good. And the path is right for you. So I would say a weekend of going within. Did you ask about the weekend? I think you did. Yes. Going within. Going within and yeah, your path to that self-love is perfect at the moment, so not a problem. But doubt in your love life, so it's definitely not a time to lock anything in. You're doubting what's available to you, how good it can be. Oh, I pulled those cards out for me yesterday. It was so good. I can't show you because it was on my camera. On my phone camera. Thank you, Connie, for your donation. I'm going to have a very intense physical with weights with a new job. Will you pass it? Do you want a love card as well, Connie? Love card too. Oh, hey, Toya. For some reason, YouTube showed me like comments that it's never shown me before from 2 or 3 months ago. I replied to one of yours, Toya. Yes, you'll pass it. Woo, Connie, you will. What's the new job? I would love to do. I would love to just do an application to do a fitness challenge. I can do 3 full pull-ups now. Well, with the aid of a band on my knee. But I'm mostly doing it myself. Love card for Connie. I'll get you some more information about that interview as well. Tests of physical endurance. Strength. Feats of strength. Oh, yeah. So I asked the cards where I am in a situation last night, and I pulled 6 cards out, and one of them was bad attitude. And it's true, I did have a bad attitude yesterday because there was a lot of people there yesterday morning, and it was good, like I liked it, but I didn't get so much attention from him. And when I was leaving, he was just like immersed in his phone like this, which I can't stand. When other people are around, don't be on your phone like that. So he didn't even say bye. And then I wasn't going this in the afternoon. So I did. I had a bad attitude yesterday and I picked it right. You got self-worth, Connie. You're healing at the moment. Raising your self-worth. You deserve more. Could be stuff about the job too, that. It's a little bit warm. Come on, pick it up, fan. Cool me down. Thanks, Tyler. What about the interview, Connie? Whoa. Very good. It's going to be very positive. You've got double gratitude out. Going to be very grateful for it. Oh. Something could come up in it that you'd be glad to know. It flashed in front of my eyes what happened with me when I went to go and get my vaccination and they found out about the high blood pressure. So it was kind of a blessing in disguise. It could be something like that, or it could just be something different than pointing something out about your body. Information that you needed. Nice, new friends in this new job. You'll love doing it. What is it, Connie? What is it you're doing? Yeah, you'll like it. Make new friends as well. Gratitude. It's good. It's good. But there might be something that comes up in the interview, but it'll be good for you to know, whatever it is. Maybe about your body. Is it like a medical, physical kind of thing? Overheating. Why? It's only 26 degrees. That's meant to be cold for me. Hello! You want to see my doggy? She's gorgeous. She's the one that chases the cats. Oh, she's gone away. She's flighty. She turned up. She just showed up. I don't know where she came from, but she just showed up quite a while ago. She's still there. Hey! No. She's such a happy dog. Well, she just showed up and she just started hanging out with all the people here. The family that live there, the true owners of Chicken, and that's it. She's theirs now. She's lovely. But she chases the cats. She is the dog that chases the cats. Let's get some tarot out. What's going on today? What do we need to know about today? And I'll do something more with those love cards as well. So what did it say? Yeah, I won't give his game away. I pulled some cards out to see where he's at. And yeah, it's pretty much what I knew anyway. But there was a part of it that I didn't know anyway, about what he's considering. Very precise cards, and there's a lot of them. They're good. 8 of Water. 8 of Water. Mixing something up. So she's doing a love spell or something like that. 8 of Water is about walking away though. Or walking towards something. 8 of Water, magic and transformation. Llewllyn. I can get a paper mill. Oh yeah, you said before. Llewllyn is a popular Welsh goddess and is associated with many things: prophecy, magic, death, rebirth, divine wisdom, and inspiration. In this instance, we're thinking about her as the goddess of the cauldron. A cauldron is symbolic of a place where magic happens, that is, where something is transformed into something else. Llewllyn is perhaps best known as the goddess of the cauldron, for it's said in some versions of the myth that it was in a cauldron that she created Taliesin, the famous bard, although in some versions her womb symbolized the cauldron. How many cauldrons can you put into a sentence? Magically speaking, whenever we cast a circle, we create a type of cauldron, a place out of a place, and a time out of a time, a safe place where magic occurs. The 8 of Water is a time of powerful change. Your intent and decisions will have long-term ramifications. And will shape the directions being determined at this time. You have the power to create the transformation you seek. Shadow side of this card indicates stagnation. The power is available, but it's not being utilized at all, or it's not being used in the most beneficial manner. Get them to the op shop. Oh, I should have sent them to me. They're amazing cards, anyway. Oh, well, that's good. So something is shifting. I need to put something on this wrist because it's sore. Hang on, be right back. With my magic stuff. You need to know about this. If you don't know about this, you need to know about this. It's the best stuff in the world. It's Wonder by Haru Haru. It's ultra deep technology. Black rice hyaluronic toner. Makes it seem just like any other toner, doesn't it? But I tell you, this is magic in a bottle. It's an amazing toner. But it's so much more than that. Or if you've got anything wrong with your skin at all, you put it on. Like, look at this. See that redness there? Oh, it's so soothing. It's just, it fixes it. Like, that redness will be gone. It's a bit of psoriasis, contact dermatitis, because this band keeps stuff that I don't want to be around my wrist from washing my hands and from the horrible hand sanitizers. Keeps it next to my skin. But it's just like, if your skin's dry or sensitized or anything, I've got the face wash of this as well because it's so gentle. It's just the best. I've got other things that are meant to be soothing, other toners and things that are meant to be soothing, but this is just like, I can feel my wrist go, that's better. Skin loves it. It takes ages to get here. I ordered some more because it comes from Korea. It takes a while to get here at the moment. So make sure I order plenty, and there's always some coming of it. That's my first bottle, but you see, I use it a lot. I'm almost out. I've got 2 more bottles in the thing. try it. I believe that Beauty Within website from the Beauty Within YouTube channel is selling it now in America. Wonder by Haru, Haru. It's the best. And after I started that tretinoin, and it made my face fall off after 3 days, and my skin was really sensitized, I just switched to using that and their face wash. And it really helped. Spellcasting. What is this? We've got cauldrons. Looks like she's doing a love spell. And then spellcasting. Wow. Where are you spellcasting? Looks like a major to me. There she is. Ooh, it's a strength card. I haven't seen this one before. Magic is focusing the will and working with the divine energies present to create positive change in the world. Learning to recognize and work with energy is relatively easy. The challenges are controlling our will and on creating positive change. Yeah, because we so often get it wrong. As humans, it seems that part of our lesson on Earth is to muster up and properly channel our will, which sometimes seems too weak or too strong. It's interesting because it's kind of what I've been saying in the last 2 days of the energy updates is be careful how you handle yourself at the moment. Like yesterday's was about if someone comes in asking you for help, it may not be the best thing to help them at the moment. Don't let them rock your boat. If their boat's rocking, don't say, hey, yeah, come on in and rock my boat. It's that putting into practice what we've learned about codependency. It's not to say never help people. It's not that. You just have to pick and choose, you know. It's like a friend of mine yesterday confided something in me of a very personal nature. And I could tell she's reaching out for help in it. I can tell. And yeah, I want to help her in that. She's a good friend. And she's in a tricky situation. Not that tricky. It's of the heart. Tricky situation of the heart. And I can help. And we've got to know, yeah, it's this, isn't it? Positive change in the world. We've got to know, we've got to learn when we're creating positive change and when we're not. And we get feedback from it. And it's no point in saying, but I did the right thing. And, you know, it's when we get backlash from things. There's no point in digging our heels in and going, well, that didn't work out right. The universe went wrong in some kind of way because I'm sure I was right and I'm sure I was having a positive effect. Because we've learned with the codependency teachings that we don't always have a positive effect when we think that we are. So there's something about that in this. The challenges are controlling our will and on creating positive change. As humans, it seems that part of our lesson on Earth is to muster up and properly channel our will, which sometimes seems too weak or too strong. Creating positive change is also difficult. We don't always want what is good for us or for others. Also, it's not always a simple thing to know what is for the greatest good. Managing our will takes practice, discipline, and patience. Dealing with the question of the greatest good is eased by maintaining a close connection with the divine. Once you know how it feels to be in a good relationship with the divine, it's easy to recognize when you're not. That sensitivity can be a great compass. Divinity meaning is mastering yourself, managing resources, creating change, working in harmony with the divine. Yeah, it is easy to recognize when you're not, but that's when our ego comes out the most. When we're not in good relationship with the divine, it's easy to recognize, but the feedback we get is It's negative feedback, but that is when our ego kicks in, and we want to be right. We want to have done the right thing because we're sure that we did, and we see it playing out now. I mean, there is no right answer to all of this pandemic stuff, and you've got like opposing sides. It's almost like a war now. People thinking that they know how to handle it best. It's like, don't do any of the vaccinations and don't do any preventative measures. And then there's the other side, you know, equal extremes of do all the preventative measures. And it's not that simple. It's really not that simple. Neither extreme is going to be right. There's a balance, right? There's a balance. And I feel like we've got the balance here on this island, but that's easy because we're isolated and we can. And so when there's an outbreak, we step it up. We say there's not been anything here lately, so we've all got relaxed about it again. That's that balance. But as soon as there is an outbreak, everyone, you know, masks back on and everyone's really careful again. We'll close things down again. Not so easy when you're on a big mainland, hey? Anyway. There's a balance to be had, and we've got to watch our egos at the moment. This is when do you use your strength, and when, not weakness, but when do you calm the F down? You know? When's it not your place? Yeah, that's it. When's it not your place? Okay, so when is it your place to do the magic, and when is it not your place to do the magic? And the key is in the wisdom that you've gained from your past and the past experiences that you've had and the feedback that you've got. Like, we always get feedback, but sometimes we don't want the feedback to be what it was. We think it's wrong. Like, you know, that was wrong. They did me wrong, and all of that. Lots of spell casting. Well, you know, like I said, this looks like she's doing a love spell, and I wouldn't suggest anyone do that because that is using your power. That's not for the greater good. You see, if it's the greater good, it's going to happen anyway. You don't need to do that stuff. That kind of stuff is manipulation. But we do have this power, and so our focus is powerful. We can create magic. Probably best not to try to do it in anyone else's life, though. And then when we're talking about love, there's always another person involved. So are we tempted to use our power? I mean, any kind of focus that we've got on a relationship is powerful. But do we want to amp that up and actually do magic? Ooh, the god. Well, here's a powerful person, the masculine, the divine masculine here. This is the emperor. He's powerful. You don't need to do love spells on him. He's got it. He knows what he's doing. You don't mess with the god. I won't read that one out because there's not that much information about the god and the goddess in this. But we know who he is. He's the powerful one. He knows what he's doing. I think one more. Then we'll do the other. Okay, two more. You and the world. So Yule is about Christmas. It's about, well, it might actually be about Christmas. Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, it might actually be about Christmas, this, as in the timing. But Yule is about shortest day of the year, you know. The sun going. I was wanting to bring it back. Let's read it. Yule. Beautiful card. It really captures that wintry kind of sparkly. You know when it's really cold out and the air changes the colours and everything looks sparkly? This card really captures that. Yule. On the longest night of the year, the Great Mother gives birth to the sun god, and pagans celebrate the return of light to the world. At Samhain, when the god dies, he takes the light with him. After the winter solstice, the sun begins to return, and so does the god, in the form of a baby. Yule is a joyous celebration of the return of light, life, and warmth. Yule is also a celebration of faith, the light that's not actually begun its return. So it's an act of faith to believe that it will return. Well, we've got a lot of evidence every single year, right? The moment of the longest night before the lengthening days is brief, like the moment of death. It's nearly impossible to pinpoint the exact moment that one thing ends and another begins. Nearly impossible, but that moment does exist. This card shows that moment when the dead Holly King hands over rulership to the Oak King. It's the end of something. It's a moment of darkness before the dawn, a crisis of faith, fear, or hope for change. Right? And it could be about Christmas too, so around this time. The world, end of a cycle, start of a new cycle. Some things are going to change at the end of the year. You might not be able to pinpoint it, but something's going to change. We've got the Divine Feminine out in these two first cards, but maybe not divine because she's kinda manipulating here. Remember the toxic feminine, the manipulator. Emotional manipulation. It's what we're best at. Spellcasting, trying to create change, but the god there in the middle, he's got it. He's the divine masculine and doesn't need manipulation. He's doing it. There will be change coming about, and it's coming about soon, around Christmas. Apparently. What are you doing down there? Let's get a couple of these out. Came out right away. The Hierophant. She knows. She's got knowledge. And the King of Chalices. King of Cups. Family man. Then I'm going to get the love cards out. Right. So the back of the book, the Hierophant. Hierophant, where are you? The teacher. The teacher understands the theory behind things. She also knows that moving from theory to practical application is not always a smooth transition. She helps others understand not only the whys and wherefores of a subject, but she also helps them apply knowledge to their everyday lives in ways that make for them. She also helps them apply knowledge to their everyday lives in ways that make for them. This book. I wonder what they meant by that. That work for them, probably. In ways that work for them, yeah. Making knowledge accessible and understandable to others. Using knowledge as a way to control or wield power. Ooh, careful. And the King of Chalices. Well, looking at these cards face value, the Hierophant and the King of Chalices, we look like we've got a divine masculine here who's serious about things, who's wanting some kind of commitment. King of Cups encourages others to express themselves and share their hearts. They're not necessarily the best at doing that. Not necessarily the best at doing that, but they are very loving. Not necessarily the best at expressing that. But got a family man here and commitment with the Hierophant, and also spiritual lessons too. So I had to get the spiritual lessons to get here. Now, that's another thing that I asked the cards is, how have I got myself to this point now? And as soon as I asked it, I knew. I heard the answer in my mind. It's because you've healed yourself. It's because you've healed yourself. I know that. It's what my business is all about. But you know, to find someone who's just so perfect for me, so doing the right thing too. And it's like, wow, how did I manage this? And I pull the cards, and for sure, it told me the same thing: self-worth, self-healing is what came out. It's like, yep, you're right. I know that already. I know that's how I got myself to this point. Coffee. Love cards. Okay, let's do it. Let's see if they want to tell us, the collective, anything with these Chuck Spazana love cards. Receiving, yeah. Now, when we're talking about what we've just been told here, sometimes when we've been in codependent ways, it's difficult for us to receive, right? We're so used to giving. We really like giving. It's very difficult for us to receive. And that can be because we're so used to doing this manipulative thing. We don't realize it's manipulation. We think we just love giving when we're doing it. But we don't see how it's blocking our receiving. We don't see how it's manipulation because it's a way of getting around our unhealed parts, the parts of us that don't feel worthy, giving to others. We think we're doing it just for the enjoyment of it, but we're not. We're doing it to manipulate, to try and get what we want. It's not on the surface that we don't consciously know that that's what we're doing, but that's what's behind it when we're unhealed. And so the receiving part of it is a kind of a vulnerability, receiving what anyone wants to give to us, whatever that is, with no manipulation, just receiving what anyone wants to give to us. And the more you healed yourself and the more you know your worth and you're practicing self-love and you're doing it for yourself, the better things are that come your way. But like I've always said, there's every kind of people out there, and they're all going to be attracted to you. The higher your vibration, the more of everybody is attracted to you. So this is about receiving, letting ourselves just receive. And this came out too. Oh, beautiful. Dream come true. Receiving a dream come true. How sweet is that? She's dreaming of this guy in red shorts giving her flowers. And there he is, coming up behind her with his red shorts on and the flowers. Dreams coming true. Yay! So what are these two cards saying? Your dreams coming true. The impediment to it is the manipulation kind of thing. They're trying to make it happen. It's like, what can I do? What should I do next? You know, we often ask that in readings, don't we? Yeah, but what can we do? And the cards say, wait. And I'm like, but I don't want to wait. I want to have some kind of an influence. I can change my focus. Can I let go of a block? Can I take some action to make it happen? Should I contact them? Should I do this? Should I do that? It's all manipulation, right? This is saying that we just need to open up and receive it. So the key component here for the divine feminine is to heal herself, self-love, and feeling really good about herself. Putting those things into practice and then allowing it to come in. And what does that do for the divine masculine? The divine masculine steps up, has to step up to be the God, to take control over it. And that's what they like doing too as well. We're talking about men and women, which I wasn't really. But if we are talking about men and women, men do like to step up. Everyone does, really. I noticed that with my kids, is that they really love it. Once they get to an age where you can ask them to do stuff and help out, they really love that. They love being able to step up and help and do stuff. Any kid does. There's one time when I wasn't feeling very well, and I got the kids to put me to bed instead of the other way around. They loved doing that. They really did. But yeah, the masculine definitely likes to step up. Expecting great things, Penny. So your receiving is flowing now. Is everyone else's receiving flowing too? Mine certainly is. And I've got so used to it now. I'm very much holding that Empress energy, and people respond to it. I notice it. It's like people treat me like royalty, really. And instead of pushing that away and going, no, I accept it now. I let them treat me like royalty. It's nice. I like it, and I should be. Old me used to feel bad about other people, but I can't do anything about how other people feel and whether they're stepping into that. And me holding myself back from that energy doesn't somehow propel them up. The opposite, in fact. Oh, we've got good timing here, paths crossing. I love that. You see, these cards, like I said, we've got some really beautiful cards out here. And this deck has got a lot of gnarly cards in it. Like, it's a straight shooter for sure. But this again, this paths crossing, this good timing here, it's reminding me of these two together, this Llewllyn and the world. Things are going to change. There's going to be a pivotal moment, and it could be around Christmas. I like that. When someone's running down the beach, if there's someone running on the beach, this is what I do. If I know them, not just any random stranger, but I start running toward them with my arms outstretched as if they're running toward me. It's fun. It always makes them laugh. And then they usually dodge me when they get to me. Good timing. I think someone originally did that to me in Byron Bay. I think that's where I started doing it to everyone else too. Someone did it to me when I used to run on the beach barefoot in the mornings. Someone did it to me, a friend did it to me. It was just too funny. If you see someone running, do it. Run toward them with your arms outstretched. Receiving is so nice. And like I've said before, see, look what's on the bottom of the deck. Fear of commitment. There's a lot of gnarly cards in here. Villain. Let me just show you them because they're not coming out. Oh, we've got delight instead. Communication, self-love, loss. So good timings. Paths are going to cross. For those of you that haven't met your special person, that could be happening soon. Or paths crossing, or some kind of an instigation could be happening. Like I had an instigator a few years ago. That I met online, and he really got me to raise my game. Not through anything, but just by being himself. Just by being himself, because he was an incredible person. It's like, well, I can shine too. I can shine more too, because he was more shiny than me, and it's very rare for me to meet someone like that. And I'd been holding myself back, and I hadn't realized it. And then when I met him online, I'm like, wow, I can actually shine even more. Gave himself permission to do that just because he existed. There are people out there, not many. So we've got good timing. We're working on receiving. Our dreams are going to come true. And there's good timing going on here. But withdrawal. We do need to withdraw ourselves from it. Or this could be for those of you that are still in this hermit mode. Because this year, last year, more so for me than this year, was about hermit mode. This year a little bit, I guess, but no, this year has been more about me coming out, but there's still some kind of withdrawal energy here, holding ourselves back from it, not fully yet being able to receive it. Not fully yet able to receive it, and I know in the last 3 years I'm not fully yet able, I'm probably still not right now either, not fully yet able to receive him. Hey, Arabella. Withdrawal. Withdrawing our energy. Not fully being in it. Not fully being open. I've got good excuses for it, you know. With the community, with marriage and, you know, stuff like that. I've got a good excuse for that. But maybe it is just an excuse. I could be more open. I mean, we're friends. Could just be a process of opening up. That's you, withdrawing. Mm. Oh, I've got neck ache today. I didn't get that much neck work done yesterday because it was mostly about my legs. Oh, I had a pain down my shin, on the outside of my shin here. Well, you can see I got a bruise there. That's his fault, or maybe my fault, or maybe our fault. And it down here was like red hot and sore, and then on the inside of my ankle, yikes! And so she laid into the front part of my ankle to put everything right again on both sides. I didn't realise. I thought my left side was bad. I hadn't even felt the right side, but that was out too. So she didn't work so much on my neck this time, but it needs it. Maybe I need to go back. Get another one. Maybe tomorrow. What's this? Come hither. Come hither. Come here. Oh, this is not funny. It comes after withdrawal. Withdraw and then come here. Who's doing the calling now? He is. In his red shorts. Come here. She's hiding from the sun underneath the tree, the heart-shaped tree. Withdrawn. And he's saying, come on. I think the divine masculine is going to step up and do that. Oh, so maybe it's right that the divine feminine is withdrawn at the moment. And what happens? I'm excited to use these cards in my readings. It's going to be really good for the picker cards and for the dailies as well. I've got them in my lineup now, my love lineup. Cynicism. Oh, there's more tests. Oh, look, it's someone else. Peeing on your party. We're so in love. Friends go, that's not going to last. That. It's that. Jealousy comes up over and over again in my readings. It's other people. There's stuff to get through. I knew it. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it's the divine masculine that's going to do the come hither thing. How can we find out? What shall I use? These or tarot? I'll use tarot. Hey, Sherry. If anyone wants a mini read, chirp up. You know what to do. Do the thing. I want to find out more about this. So the divine feminine is opening up to receiving even more, really stopping the manipulating thing and stopping trying to control it and just staying in her own lane kind of thing, working on the self-love and all of that and opening up to receiving without the manipulation stuff. It's not for the divine feminine is the vessel, right, that receives. It's the divine masculines to step up now. So it is him, isn't it? It's him doing the come hither. Hi, Marianne. Oh, you guys, have you all seen that there's someone impersonating me on Facebook? They've got a bee healing It's a person, not a business page, but a person, and they call themselves Be Healing, but it's got two eyes in it. I think it's two eyes. Messaging people, I'm saying that they've won a free reading. They shared it directly from my business page, all the posts. But rain is done. I mean, we're still in rainy season. The sun's been shining. It's been really nice. Thank you for asking. Five of Swords. Not good. I think it's just continuing the story. This cynicism and the Five of Swords, the chaos and conflict. I've not got any rings on or bracelets on. How did I just notice that? What colour? Blue and wood. Blue and Palo Santo today. Let's do these minis before we get onto that chaos and conflict right now. Arabella, thank you. And Jessica, thank you. Jessica, high self-guidance. Do you want one of the love cards as well? Jessica. Oh, Arabella, I see your question now. I couldn't see it. For some reason, I looked over it. I'll do you next. Jessica, talk to someone and release guilt. So you're not talking to someone at the moment, not wanting to converse with them, avoiding them. And yeah, and the reason for that is guilt. You might come up with excuses, but what's really behind that is guilt. You're feeling guilty about something. And so that needs to be released first. The guilt needs to be released first. We're allowed to like mess up in relationship. We're allowed to. We don't have to be perfect to be accepted by other people. It could be that an apology. It could be that you need to apologize. Once you release the guilt, it might just be a matter of saying to them, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, whatever, you know. But you've got to let yourself off the hook before you can even say things like that. Sorry if I made you feel a certain kind of way. You know, whenever people have said that to me, sometimes people act withdrawn from me and I think, what's going on with them? Something's going on with them. I wonder if it's something that I did. And then they maybe come up to me and say, I'm sorry if you took whatever, this thing the wrong way. It's like, oh no, I didn't at all. But you know, they didn't let themselves off the hook. That's what's behind it. Who aren't you talking to? With someone, a family member, it could be someone at work. Jessica, wait, new beginning. It's going to change. You got to wait it out, but you do have to address that guilt thing. It feels like it's on you to open that door back up again. It's your guilt that's behind that. Yeah, often when people have apologized to me and I didn't like take whatever they say or did in a certain kind of way at all, the way that they expected me to take it, I thought that I did take it. It's interesting, isn't it, what we project on other people? Arabella, higher self for you. Love what isn't sex. Love what you're getting, or not, as the case may be. Interesting energy. Interesting energies at the moment because there does seem to be a withdrawal from sexual energy. And I know it's not just me. I think it's a lot of people. Even my laundry lady talked about it. Merging of energies and whether that's useful to us or not. And like we all know that if you have sex too soon in a relationship, it blinds you completely. You get the hormones and attachment to somebody and You can not see red flags and all kinds of things. It's not that good for us. Get that frizzy hair. Yeah, that could be a withdrawal here. Communication coming and travel. Someone's coming to see you. Arabella, someone's coming to see you. Or someone's communicating to you that they want to come and see you. Who's that? X, maybe? I just want to get one of these cards out for you. Something to do with love. Bad attitude. A naive. Yeah, no, someone younger. Someone with a bad attitude, someone that's naive, someone from your past. It could be like a child. Not an actual child, but, grown-up child. Or someone that's younger than you. Someone... Someone that wants to pick a fight. That's what I'm getting there. Someone that wants to pick a fight. Is it? Astelin? Is it? Is that what Arabella did with Astelin? Sex too soon. No. No. But there could be a withdrawal energy now. I recognized it in myself is that I wanted to just get to that stage with Mr. Handsome, like fast, just to get over the awkward, actually getting to know each other and actually opening up to each other intimately, which is way nicer. I'm so glad it didn't happen. I'm so glad he's strong like that. Okay, yeah. It's your daughter. I was feeling that kind of an energy, yeah. So, yes. Got two things going on there in your reading. Who's next? Hey! High self-guidance for you. Do you want one of the love cards as well, Penny? Sherry, thank you for yours as well. Penny, two cards of letting go here. Let go and flow and cleanse. What is Penny letting go of? Let's see if it's got something to do with love. I love these cards. I mean, it doesn't have to be about love with this deck. They're very good cards. Ooh! I feel like there might be one more. Penny, first card out is infidelity. And then the second card out, orgasm. Infidelity. This is what you've got to let go of. You've been hurt by infidelity. You've got to let that go now. Now, when we are of the energy of not really loving ourselves and not really expecting that much for ourselves and not receiving that much, we'll get ourselves into relationships with people that don't really love us. They don't really choose us, they don't really love us, they're not really going to be loyal to us. Because they're not really choosing us. That's another thing about these cards here, is it's what it's saying is the God. The divine masculine now. They're going to step in, they're going to come hither. They're going to do it, they're going to step forward, they're going to claim. That is a very different energy than just trying to manipulate someone or even just get to know someone, do the dating thing and then sleep with them quite early and all of that. It's all a kind of a manipulation, that. So what I'm getting from this is let go and flow and cleanse is that of course we're not going to manifest the same. Once you get into the self-love thing and you're holding your head up high and you're doing great things for yourself, of course you're not going to, well, you're going to attract any kind of people, but you're not going to get yourself into that kind of stuff again, are you? And so the divine masculine that's coming in, it's not going to be that. Is it in the camera? I can't see it on me. Oh, there it is. So part of the letting go process is realizing that you've raised your energy up and you're not going to even attract, well, you are going to attract people like that. You're going to, we could always say yes to someone because they're going to be attracted to us, but you're not going to say yes to someone like that. And let someone come in properly is what it's saying. So get on with your being creative. You're limitless. Get on with the self-love thing, doing things for yourself, because the relationship stuff is going to sort itself out when you do that. Sherry, thank you for your donation, Sherry. I don't see a question from you, Sherry. Do you have a question? Arabella, how to handle the child. She's got difficult energy. We all do when we're that age, don't we? Try and get her on the positive. Well, you already got the information to call her out. But yeah, passion and I'm appreciated. So try and try and focus on the positive things in her. I'm not saying completely ignore the negative things and not call her out, but I'm saying let your focus on her be more what she's passionate about, what's going good in her life, what does she really love doing. Try and focus on that. That is that's going to bring out the best in her, appreciating her more in a way, but by focusing on what she's really passionate about rather than the problems. It's like the teenage energy, right? Teenagers can be such a problem, but if we just focus on that, it's just going to get worse and worse. If instead we choose to focus on something that they love doing and talk to them about that and talk to them about what they're doing in that, they might say that they might not want to talk about it because teenagers don't. And although she's not a teenager, she does still have teenage energy. I know some 50, 60-year-olds that do as well. Anything else? Yeah, and relax. I mean, you don't have to be in control of this relationship either. Just because you're the parent, once they get to adult, it's a relationship. It's a fair income relationship. I mean, it's equal sides kind of thing. Sure, there's certain things that we need to step up to be the parent at that age, but the older they get, the more it should become like any kind of other relationship. She's very young, 20. Feel it in her energy. So this is saying relax and it's not all on you now. Don't try too hard with a relationship. Being in control of it. Oh, got a bit dizzy. Sherry. High self-guidance and love. Thanks for your donation. What's under that? I am that. What's under that? I am that. So there's something that you're seeing in other people that you are yourself. What is it? You're welcome. What is it? Oh, beauty. Oh, I was thinking it's going to be one of the negative cards. No, it's beauty. You're seeing other people as beautiful. And you're not recognizing it in yourself. Incredible. Yeah, we need to recognize it in ourselves. Wow. What's under that then? What's under the not recognizing it in yourself? It's like noticing that everyone else is beautiful, all their positive points, and then you look at yourself and you're not seeing yourself in that same way, but you are that. The beauty that you see in others, you are that. It's totally got to do with self-love, this. Because I recognize in myself, I feel really beautiful now. And it's almost annoying, not annoying. It's almost uncomfortable for me, the amount of people that call me beautiful now. It happens, it's like literally every day, like so many people. And especially because maybe they think that I don't understand Thai, but really, it happens so much now, almost to the point of discomfort. But I own that now. Not the discomfort, I own my beauty. I'm not ashamed of it anymore. Sometimes it can be annoying because some of it is just people making the comment that I'm beautiful, but some, especially the younger guys will hit on me because of it, and that can get annoying. But the feeling in myself of my own beauty has certainly changed since I've started looking after myself better. And it's not that I've physically got more beautiful, although I am taking care of myself more, so I guess I might look, I don't know. But it's about a feeling. It's about a feeling. Anyway, you're it. You are it. Gotta recognize that. I want to get another one out for you. What else? Sherry. Yes, you have. You're right, Sherry. You've been working on self-love a lot. There you are, looking in the mirror going, I love you. Seeing it in yourself. Yes. Gorgeous cards for you. Let's get another one. See if you can keep this. See if you can get a hat trick. Awesome. It's confirmation for you. What else for Sherry? Healing, yeah. Healing broken heart. Healing your broken heart. And so it's a gradual process is what I'm getting from this. See this path, the long path that they're on there. It's a gradual process, this healing. To see the beauty in yourself. You keep on raising up, keep on rising up. Oh, that's good. Old wounds. Old wounds are being healed. Oh, look, she's being rejected there. This is on the bottom of the deck. It didn't come out for you, but yeah. 3 very positive cards for you there. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. Sometimes we might want to manifest a relationship in the middle of all that. Maybe not the best time to do it. Like I said with mine, I've known him almost 3 years, and at first I took him as a player. I think maybe he was a player at that time. Certainly isn't now. But that's how I took him anyway. I was a bit aggressive toward him when he kind of asked me to dinner. And I thought it wholly inappropriate that he did. And let him know with a look on my face. And I think he regretted doing that. I don't know. But then he'd show up, keep on showing up, keep on showing up, keep on showing up. But I still wasn't receptive to him. I liked him. I'd always say hello. But I was quite shut down. I wouldn't get to know him. And it's only since he's persisted this time that I'm opening up, which was hard for me to do. Because he's very big energy for me. Scared in a way. Scared of him in a way just because I know. I know that once it happens, and that's it. So, and we can't right now. But that's my excuse, It's all happening in divine timing is what I'm getting. For you too. So you don't necessarily want to rush into it. I'm glad that I didn't take him up on his offer, first of all. That would have messed it up. Even so now, I'm glad that we didn't move forward when I was Like when we have had the social times together, and I was like, come on. He was like, no, wants to do it right. Good. That's divine masculine right there. Not taking advantage of the feminine in her weak moments. What have we got here for the collective? We've got 5 of Swords. I think I did everyone. If anyone else wants a mini read, you know what to do. We've got this chaos and conflict. So that's what's going on with the divine feminine, the divine masculine. But we've got this cynicism coming in here. It's other people. I've got to be so wary. It comes out in my reading so much. I've got to be wary of jealous people. And I'm on the lookout for it now. I'm on the lookout for it. 5 of Swords. Because it really does hinder relationships. I can't have a relationship with people when they get like that with me. And I'm not trying to be in competition with anyone. And I don't like it, right? When a certain person's daughter is there training with us, which she's doing every day now, which is really nice because I've trained with her before. I think that's how I know her. I've trained with her before, and she's such a lovely girl. And she's very positive, and when she's having a laugh, when she's done something funny, she looks at me and we laugh about it. And so we're getting a connection there. I like it. I hope that maybe he's doing this on purpose so we can get to know each other. But what I don't like about it is when other people try and compare us. And so when she's getting tired, they're pointing the finger at me saying she's 50 and you're only, 18 or something. And she's still going. I don't like that because I'm not in competition with people. I don't want, especially with the sports stuff, don't compare yourself to me with the fitness stuff because I can do way more, not than him. Well, some things I can do more than him, but majority of the time he's stronger and fitter than me. But anyone else, I don't expect other people to compare themselves to me with anything, not with anything. I'm not in competition with people. And it kind of hurts a little bit when people do that. I hurt when I heard that. I hurt for her. It's like, that's not good energy. Don't compare me. But anyway, that's when that jealousy can come up, so we've got to watch out. Anyway, 5 of Swords indicates a state of entrapment or negativity that's been self-inflicted. Ooh. Through conflict, disagreements, or impulsive behavior, there's been an involuntary burdening of yourself or others. It's important to step back and take a look at the bigger picture. Now, so it's putting it on us, this cynicism. People being cynical about our relationship, the trouble it would get. How is that on us? Well, maybe it's just that we are wanting to have those people in our lives because we think we can help them or inspire them or something, instead of seeing the big red flag waving at the jealousy and realizing this is a dysfunctional relationship. This isn't good for either of us. We think we can help them, or we think that we're being inspiring or something like that. We keep them in our lives for some reason. We get into this relationship and then they really turn nasty. Like I think I've cleared out the people that I think I have, but it keeps on coming up in my reading, so I obviously haven't. There might be some more lurkers. So be careful, you've got negative people in your lives. Why? Why have you got them? Why are you keeping them in there? Do you think that you need to carry them? Do you think that you can help them? Because you can't. There's either win-win relationships or lose-lose relationships. If you think it's win-lose, it's enabling. Are your opinions and views more important than your relationships? How are you affecting other people? Yeah, it's not inspiration if you're making them jealous. It's having a detrimental effect on them. Is your ambition coming from a place of love or fear? How can your words and actions transform this difficult situation? Well, really, we can't. We can't change their minds about it. We're not in the place to. When it's about us and their jealousy is on us, we can't transform it in them. Nothing that we say can change that. Gossip. Yikes. Gossip. Jamie. Yeah, that's your red flag, Maria. Yeah. Thank you, Penny. Robin, yeah, mini reads. Check at the top of the chat, live chat. It tells you how to get the mini reads. There's a process to go through. It's not tricky. Well, it could be tricky sometimes. It's by donation. There's a PayPal link in there. You can use Super Chat or Super Sticker as well. If you've got a question for your higher self, put a capital Q at the start of your comment so I can find it. Oh, it's still shuffling. Nice. I'll get the next card out for the collective after the Five of Swords, and then I'll do you, Jamie. Empathic moments. What is it? Seven of Cups. Choices. You have empathic moments, but also suffer from anxiety and depression. That can go together. How do I know when it's me or other energy? Okay. Yeah, they can sometimes go together. So let me explain this for you. Empathy. The tiger in the room. So when we have been maybe in abusive situations, but not necessarily so, just unsafe emotional situations, which is pretty much the whole of the Western world, for sure. Anyway, we can train ourselves. So say you've got a volatile parent, they're having to work hard, they're always tired when they come home, they are anxious, they've got a lot to do, and you've got to really watch them as a kid to know the right timing to ask them for that money to go on that school outing, or to show them your grades that you got, or to whatever it is, just to approach them. We've all had that experience, right? But when we've got a lot of that kind of experience, it trains us to always be aware of the tiger in the room. So the parent could be really aggressive, like really abusive, and then even more so, we've got to really watch them, really notice what their emotional state is. And then when we're like that, when there's a tiger in the room, we can't tune into our own guidance because we're solely tuned into them. And what that does when we're in situations like that is it really practices this empathy. That's how we get empathic. We get really good at reading the scary tiger in the room. But unfortunately, and that's a good thing, right? That's a really good thing. It's a good skill to have, but as always, there's got to be a balance, right? And so what is the negative experience of that, having the empathy? It is ignoring our own guidance, ignoring our feelings, and that's where you're at right now. How do I know when it's me or other energy? Well, so when we ignore our own feelings because we're so focused on everyone else's feelings, what they think of us, how they're feeling to please them, and all of that kind of thing, that's empathy gone wrong. That's codependency. That's what it is. Empathy gone wrong, gone too far, taken too far. But empathy is a good thing, but it can be a bad thing for us and everyone else as well. So how can you? Well, how do you know when it's you or other energy? Well, it depends on your focus. Are you focused on someone else? Are you focused on yourself? That's what self-love is. This practice of listening to the inner child. It's learning how to get focused on yourself again, on your own feelings and what's going on inside of yourself. That's that selfishness that we need to tune into ourselves again. So many of us are so out of practice of that. So many of us as women have been trained not to do that, is to put everyone else first and think of everyone else, ourselves last, so much so that we get to the end of the day and we've not even thought of ourselves at all. So it's not about knowing what, it's like, oh, I'm feeling this. Is that from them or is that from me? It's not about deciphering that. It's about going, hang on, how am I operating here? What is my approach? Am I focused more on them, on watching those scary tigers, or just, you might be so trained in that you think that everyone is scary tigers in the room. That's where I was at. Growing up with so much abuse, I thought that everyone was, and they told me that as a means for me not to escape, kind of thing, that other people were worse. It's not true. Thank God it's not true that other people are worse than them. But that was my way. That was my approach. It was like they're all scary tigers, afraid of everyone. I had this constant anxiety because of it that alcohol used to take away. So I could only really be myself, an open self, when I was drinking alcohol. Now I can be my open self, sober, which is good. So yeah, it's not so much about how do you know when it's you or other energy. It's more, how am I approaching life? Where is my focus? Am I focused on myself? You need to get more selfish, Jamie. And yeah, and have a constant practice, if you can, of tuning into yourself in every moment. How am I feeling about this? Getting in touch with that inner child, or asking your inner child that lives in your heart, little Jamie, how are you feeling? How are you feeling right now? What do you think about this? Do you want to be in this or out of this? Do you want to be here right now or not? Do you want me to remove you from this situation or not? Do you want to be around this person or not? Yeah, you need to train yourself in listening to yourself like that. Because for me, myself now, yeah, I can pick up on other people's. I can pick up on what's going on for other people. But I tend to do it more rarely. Or even if I do, I don't make it mine anymore. Does that make sense? So if I can pick up that someone's not so good, right? Not feeling so good, but I don't think that's my problem now. And I don't step in there to try and help them. So, for example, I do want to help my friend that reached out to me yesterday, and I will. But 2 days ago? Was it yesterday? No. 2 days ago. Noticed Mr. Hansen's not very well. I said, are you sick? He said, yeah. Now, old me would have stepped in there and, tried to help him out or something like that. But then I realized it wasn't me, and I don't want to get sick. You're a weird social introvert. People drain you. Well, that's a good sign then that you're doing it, that you're taking it on for yourself. Then you're making it about you. You like being social. So the real you is social. The inner child is social, yeah. I get that. Yeah, so you got to train yourself to listen to yourself more. And don't make it about you. Yeah, that's right, Arabella. Family made it that everyone's out to take advantage of me, use me, and that's them. It's projection, right? That's what people do. That's what people do. They project who they are on everyone else or onto you. And it's who they're being. You got to watch out when people tell you stuff like that. When people tell you bad stuff about someone else or when they're about yourself, what they're really saying is that's what they're like. So really be careful of those people. Like, if someone tells you they're a psycho, that person's a psycho, watch out. Watch out for the person that's telling you that. Yeah, they lie to you and say they're okay. Liar. Well, it's okay. People are allowed to not feel okay. We don't have to make it okay for them. They're allowed to go through their lessons. They're allowed to learn from. That's what I was saying in the energy update yesterday, is that just because someone else's boat's rocking doesn't mean that you should get them to get in yours. It's not your problem. They're allowed to go through life and, unlearn their lessons and have their experiences and feel their feelings and make the changes in their lives. They're allowed to do that. You don't have to be a part of it. It's not your responsibility. How they're feeling is not your responsibility. Not that you don't care, but you can't do anything about it. It's theirs to do something about it. And if you somehow manage to make them feel a little bit better in the moment, maybe they're going to miss the actual guidance that they were getting. Tell someone a joke when they're feeling down. Yeah, it might appear that you've done a good thing in the moment, but maybe they just need to be really down and then face what is making them feel down in their life. Maybe they need to leave their husband. Right? So we don't need to take people's lessons from them or the guidance from them. Don't need to make people feel better. Yeah, and it's really draining. That's how you can tell when you're doing it, because you get drained around people. And that's when I tend to walk away from people, because I realize that I'm doing it. And yeah, some of it's about their toxic behavior, but a lot of it's about my toxic behavior around them when I'm too attached, when I want to fix it, or when I'm getting drained by it. It's a sure sign that it's not a healthy relationship for me. People who spread gossip are toxic. Yeah. And I feel like this is what it's saying, is we've got these people around us at the moment, and we've got to recognize that. And so it could be that we're cleaning up the environment. Oh, curiosity, hope, and tending the garden. It could be that we're cleaning up the environment around us at the moment, so that this relationship can actually prosper, thrive and prosper. He is very selective with who he lets in his life. He has a small group of friends. He's not the kind of person that's out there. Sure, like the whole island knows him. Like the whole island knows me too, but I'm getting more selective with who I'm around now. He definitely is that. But I do feel like there's more. Anyway, 7 of Cups. Back to the collective. Hello, Travis. Back to the collective. 7 of Cups. Some choices to be made here, and there could be confusion about that. The 7 of Cups. Squirrel's distracting me. 7 of Cups is a card of choices and contemplations. It represents our dreams and desires through the active power of our imagination. Although this process may seem as an overindulgence of fantasy or illusion, remember to consider how it also stems from a place of honesty and desire within your heart. Okay, so we are fantasizing at the moment, and that's not just a distraction. You see, teachers used to say that to me at school. One, that I think too much. Two, because they'd see me inside of myself. And two, that I was a daydreamer. But those two aspects of me are a positive thing. They were making it out to be a negative thing, but it was actually a really positive thing. Those things have really helped me. The inner stuff, the inner work, and also the fantasy thing. So it is our hearts, right? I used to have a strong fantasy world when I was a kid. I needed to survive it. I had a big brother called Peter in my, Peter. I wonder, he must have been one of my guides, I guess. You're learning to say, you're telling me this because? Yeah. You know what I say when people say something like, I hate, and then someone's famous person, I say back to them, yeah, I heard they hate you too. Because it's like, they don't give a fuck about you. They don't even know you. What are you doing hating on someone you don't even know? So, in fantasy or illusion, fantasy. I think this is about fantasies. It stems from a place of honesty and desire within your heart. And it's the start of something, dreaming things into being. Especially if we're having a hard time of it in this physical world. We manifest out of that by having these fantasies. I mean, look at the life I'm living now. Oh my God. If someone had told little Claire when I was going through all of that I'd end up here on this little paradise island. She might have believed it, actually. If you feel scattered with options, focus on the opportunities that align best with your long-term goals. Things may also not, go long-term. Wait it out, go long-term. I'm getting a lot of emails saying a friend reported a profile. Thank you. Thanks, everyone, for doing that. That scammer that's pretending to be me. Things may also not necessarily be as they seem, so it's important to be cautious and intentional with how you wish to move forward. Take some time to mull over your options and envision what you really want. How are you going to share your talents and skills with the world? YouTube. Overcome your fears and make a loving commitment to yourself. Nice. Wishful thinking, daydreaming, temptations and choices. It's good, isn't it? Yeah. Fantasy. Positive fantasy. It's what our heart desires. Thank you, everyone that's reporting that. They rejected mine. They said that they don't think it's against community standards. They always do that when there's an impersonator. Oh, we don't think they're pretending to be you. They've just got your profile picture. They're posting all of your posts. It's like, really? They're not pretending to be me. Are you sure? Don't even look. You walk away now. Yeah. Well, it's okay to do that. We're allowed to cut people off. Even if we have been ghosted and we have felt the ramifications of that, doesn't mean that we can't do it ourselves. Like, it really doesn't. There's something very healthy about that. We don't always have to get in there. I've noticed that some wounded people, in that respect, will always want to talk about it. I'm like, you don't want to talk things through with a toxic person. You just want to cut them out of your life. Why keep it going? You know? Yeah. And we're allowed to pick and choose. What else? Thanks, Jamie. And hello. Two of Swords. Choices. Even more choices. Two of Swords. Look at all of this. Thought and fantasy and thought. Two of Swords. If you find yourself at a crossroads, this is a good crossroads. There may be a need to enforce a sense of balance between two or more opposing factors in your life. It's time to acknowledge the situation head on in order to process what you've been avoiding. This could be about cutting people out. This is about making a decision and finally breaking through the shadows. Do not fear the potential outcomes, as fear will only hold you back from finding a positive solution. Okay, so if we're talking about cutting people out of your life here, like the biggest cutting out of my life is family. And if any of you have done that or want to do that or need to do that, then it'll be the biggest thing in your life that you've ever done in your life. The hardest decision to make, but the best thing that you do for yourself if you need to do that. I'm not saying that you all need to do that, but one thing that stops us from doing that is this: fearing the potential outcomes. What if I need them? Who am I without them? Happier is the answer. For those of you in that situation, I'm not saying that you're all in that situation. Do not fear the potential outcomes, as fear will only hold you back from finding a positive solution. Have the courage to trust in yourself, and your path will become clear. After you're able to make a choice, your confidence and strength will soar to new heights. When you find out that you're not only okay by yourself, but you're much better by yourself. Tricky choices to be made, huh? Yeah, there's people to get rid of. Cleaning up. And that's an ongoing process. And it's not that they're all toxic or whatever. It's just whatever stage that we're at, wherever our vibe is at, there's always some people to leave behind, new people to bring in. As we spiral upward in our vibration, that is always going to happen. Because it's not true that we should be inspiring the whole world that's behind us. We don't need to do that. Just the people that are around us. Like, I'm not trying to reach everyone with this stuff. Because when I reach those people that aren't in anywhere near me, it doesn't work anyway. Like, I did a reading for someone on this island, and it was because other people told her to come to me, and it was just, she couldn't hear any of it at all. She was nowhere near in the vicinity of my work. Nowhere near. And that's why I know to trust, not to reach out to people, because you come to me, you find my stuff and you come to me if you're resonating with that. Someone else is going to watch my stuff and not get a thing from it and turn away when they're not in the vicinity of my vibration. So, and that's okay. We don't have to be there for everyone. We're allowed to be kind of ruthless, and we need to be for our own sake. And for our relationship's sake too, because this is going to be a problem. The people that we have around us, if we're in our codependent ways, either of us or both of us, we get into this relationship, it's going to be a nightmare. With all of the external forces. Can't possibly keep everyone happy and be in a happy relationship. You cut your daughter out at the moment. You're speaking to her Christmas Day, New Year's Day. That's Christmas Day, sometimes New Year's Day and birthday. It's the relationship I have with my dad. Text message. Those 3 times. Yeah, you're right, Christine. And it's about receiving too, as you deserve to receive love. If losing people that you love is what you said, but they're not people that love you. You're not receiving that love from them. And you need to recognize that. We deserve that. Relationship should be balanced. It should be a two-way thing. No matter who it is. Maybe not for children, but once those children are adults, yeah, it should be. Otherwise, we're not doing them any favours. I feel to keep going with these cards. What time is it? If anyone else wants a mini read, check out that pinned comment up top. Still got time to do it. But I'm not going to be around for much longer. Not I'm dying or anything. But I'm going to go and do my work. 2 of Cups. The love offer. Significant love offer. It's just a stretching of my neck before I start any kind of work. Oh, I'm working now. I didn't have time to do my neck stretches. Too busy doing makeup. But after this 2 of Cups, so there's going to be this 2 of Cups. I think we're preparing for this 2 of Cups to come in. Akashic records, wow. Twin flame kind of an energy here. Destined meeting, 2 of Cups. So I think we're preparing the environment for this relationship to thrive right now. It's not a passive getting ready. We're not passively waiting. We're getting on with our lives and clearing up so that there's clearing up our environment and our internal feelings, ready for this relationship so that it has the best chance ever. And obviously want us to focus on making good choices of people in our lives too. Getting rid of the bad choices. Facing up to why we make those bad choices, or just facing up to it. No, wrong way. Let's get one more out just because there's space for one more. Then I'll get some more love cards out and then that'll be it. I'm out of here. 6 of Crystals. Reciprocal, yes. Reciprocal energy. Hey, honey. Chicken's out the back door. Balance is the only way, Christine. Oh, the soap said so. What's that about, chicken? Who did that? It's so frothy. Tiki? Yes. Yeah, I'm the same, Christine. I really love my children. I don't like who they become. I don't know them now, but yeah, I didn't like who they were becoming, and I didn't want to be the factor in that would put up with that because it was directed at me. Nah. Sometimes you've got to give them the correct feedback, even your children. It's like, oh, you want to treat me like that? I won't be in your life. 6 of Crystals indicates a state of balance and abundance in your life. Yay. You recognize the value of your relationships, spirituality, and the mutual benefit of loving support of others. Mutual, reciprocal. This is also a time for inner growth and prosperity. You've risen to the occasion. Yeah, and it's saying that because I think the abundance starts it. We start receiving first outside of relationships. I think we need to do that from our community. I think that's what we need to do first before it comes in this relationship. And then once we've found that balance and we can receive, then the relationship comes in. And then it's a little bit trickier, but it needs to be in a balanced way. And I think that's why the feminine has got to stop this whole kind of trying to take action on it, manipulate it, make it happen through any kind of focus, through any kind of an action. Because the God is a divine masculine here. They're going to step up. And that's how we get reciprocation is waiting in a way, yeah. You've risen to the occasion and can now look back on the choices that you've made that have led to your state of knowing. How will you move up from here? Opportunities, gifts, or rewards may be closer than you think. Balanced energies. Balanced energies. So let's get some of these loving cards out. I can't go another hour. I've got work to do, videos to make, and training to go to later. Busy. I'm so busy. There's not even time to do other stuff. I mean, I do a lot, you know. I'm not saying that I'm only working. Not at all. But like yesterday, I was just so rushed off my feet. So much to do. So much to do. And I want to make time for that friend that wants some help. I want to hang out with her, but I didn't have any time. She wants to go out that door. This is not a path, chicken. Walk around the house or under the house to get from one side to the other, not through. Wait. Don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. Wait. This is why we get the wait over and over again, that message of wait. And every time I ask my guides, should I be telling him? Should I be opening up more? Should I be doing this? Every single time from the cards that I pulled out, I said, no, wait. He's got to do it. He's got to do it. Oh, look. Oh, these are so slippy. They're too clean. They're too new, these cards. They're so slippy and clean. And yeah, that's going to happen a lot. I don't want it to happen a lot. Stay. Oh, the withdrawal, I think, was there. Okay. The book is closing. Yay. A bit of a headache as well because of my neck stuff. Damn it. I need to do some stretching before I start work. Before I record those videos. Oh, I'll be doing recording another love pick card read. What shall I do? Maybe where they're at and where you're at. I can use these new cards for it. That's awesome, Kate. Yeah. Makes such a difference. And people recognize it, and I recognize it. That's why my friend reached out to me yesterday as well. She's realizing it. Like, she always wants to hang out with me, and I love her. She's great. She's got such great energy. But I have seen her with a partner, and I think, ugh, his energy. I'm like, why? She's so beautiful. He's so not. She's recognizing it. And that's the thing too, is when you hold this energy, other people step up. They do. Other people step up. Those that will anyway, those in the vicinity. And they think about it. Seeing the doctor. Yeah, I feel well, Christine. Or maybe you need a break. You just had a break recently, but maybe it wasn't a breaky enough for you. Maybe you need a break. relax about it all. Relax about it all. It's happening. Trust all will be well. Yeah. Oh, step up and lead. No. I feel like this is not the answer to step up and lead. Step up and lead in our lives, yeah, but not this relationship stuff. The masculine needs to do that. Our part in it is what we just said. Okay, let's get one of these pretty things out. So I'm loving these new decks for my love readings. All new now. It's funny, this didn't happen recently, it happened a few weeks ago, but I was sat on the floor of the gym. Mr. Hanson was nearby me, and my arch enemy from a while ago, the one that disrupted my Mr. Last Year relationship. Can't stand him. He rode past and he said hello, not to me, but to other people that were there. And I muttered under my breath something, called him a name or something like that. And that set Mr. Handsome off. He was laughing. He liked that I, have that response to him being around. Spark. Something is being ignited here. But strings. There's attachment still. There's letting go to do. There's still strings attached. Fun and chemistry. It's going to be really good. It's happening. There's some kind of a turning point. There's some kind of a closing of a chapter around Christmas, around the end of this year. There must be something in the stars. I mean, we are in eclipse season now, so we do get a lot of changes. So I believe when we're in eclipse times, chicken wants to go out. Just trying to open the door. You can't without opposable thumbs, chicken, because you need to do this, and then you can open it up. Go on. No, she's too lazy to. She wants me to do it for her. So there we have it. There we have it. All is going to be well. There's going to be a turning point. We just need to focus on tending to our environment at the moment, internally and externally too. Not about this relationship. That's happening anyway, and it's for the Divine Masculine to step up. We're turning to ourselves while we do that. Divine Feminines. So there we go. Thank you everyone for coming. Thanks for your donations. I wish you a very good weekend. Yeah, have a good one. And tonight I will be publishing my pick a card read, what you can expect in the next 7 days. So expect to see that in about 10 hours on my YouTube channel. Putting that out this evening. And if anyone's waiting on a private reading, there's some orders coming. I'm not going to be able to do them today. I won't have time, but I might do them tomorrow. I will do them tomorrow. Never mind, might do them tomorrow. I will do them tomorrow. And anyone else that orders one of those, I'll do that tomorrow. Love readings will now feature these new cards as well, which are very specific, very, very good, very perceptive. They are. So have a good weekend, everybody. I will see you all on Monday. Let's do this all over again on Monday.